looking for something as the Crimson Beacon coming from Roy is just going to be touching right onto the Kalia, but Kalia immediately goes in for the Tsunami Slam. Jay with the way of the Dragon on JPL, but doesn't seem like they will be able to do too much as RSG have suffered quite a bit of damage already. Jay and Closers fortunately got themselves back, while the Pinnacle Ninja dealt a significant amount of damage, but not quite enough to do anything else from this point onwards. With 2% down from the side of RSG, he's still in the top spot, but at least Roy... Wait, Roy, what are you doing? Oh!
Oh no. That's an interesting interaction.
Yeah, but I didn't think that Roy will want to throw them closer over to a almost dead Bray. But at this point, with Dragon connecting down over to his side, Hades pushing him slightly away. This is a Brawl Fest all the way up north. Well,
Dude.
now... More of that. Well, in the meantime, CS is just going to be zooming all around onto the Zaman Force and joins into the fray. It is going to be Bray. He's looking for a kill on the Ken, but he's currently taking a little bit too much pot shot. But unfortunately, Bray, his real body is just a little bit too close onto the Z-Brush. As such, for the suplex onto Closer. But in the meantime, over to the side, we do have the Way of Dragon just going to be connecting onto Vanix. As such, this is going to be Pinnacle Ninja. He's going to be running his face right over the back to bring him down. Finally, Jay immediately with the Jacundo all the way back home. He's going to be fine for now, but Hades is a little bit overextended. As such, he will be taken down by the hands of CS.
Yeah, like when I mentioned, I don't like old Bray. Maybe looking for more right here, but I don't think he has the range.
From Team Flash. Well, for RSG, it's not exactly that clear. It feels as though their Way of the Dragon is a little bit more of a random crowd control or just a small little target. But in the meantime, the AOG coming in from close is just going to be putting himself right in the front line. But in the meantime, Bray focuses all over to the back. He will be able to bring Hades down though, so that is going to be a great start for them. The Zaman Force coming in from the side of CS has been dropped and has been used to the fullest flex. Immediately now, Hades is all alone, but I think that RSG and the rest of the members want to follow up on this. As such, it is going to be a Suyo down. The AOG connects onto 3. Vanix immediately flicks himself away. He's going to be safe and sound for now, but the rest of the members coming from the side of RSG just going to be going for the pickup on the Ken. That's going to be the next one on the chopping block. As such, 2 men down on such a critical moment.
RSG, that was a free lord for them right there. It's a good one.
Oh, that's a great burst.
But Bray can always do
this.
this.
Enough. Okay.
But Bray can always do this, and that's the power of the late game Hanzo. I think Hades overestimated his now, and once again, Flash SG is forced to defend 4 against 5. Sorry, make it 4 against 6 with a Lord marching up top.
That's a huge blunder as now the Way of Dragon connect down to the Ken. The AOG connect onto Ken as well, but they're going to be focusing onto the front lines while CS wants to bring Ken down as much as possible. The Wings by Wings is currently unavailable as such. Roy picks up the Khaleesi, breaks him down, and at this point in time, RSG takes game number 1.
A strong momentum coming out beside RSG.
Closer is not interested at all in taking that man fight. So at this point, down to the bottom lane, we do have the Purify coming from Vanix, but immediately just gets bursted down by just going to be caught. Now Ken rushes right into the face of RSG using the Ring of Punishment to deal decent amount of damage to all across the board. While Hades, that is what we are looking for. The Bichudama clears out onto Closer.
And hold on.
There we go. The shotgun immediately picked up. So Team Flash have got all 5 members. This entire kampong up to the top lane. And look at this. Hades just dealing a massive amount of damage with a killing spree. Loaded to this. And for now, Lazy Do It coming in from CS, but still gets knocked out from JPL. This is going to be a relatively fair trade. For the Spear of Alpha from the side of...
Remember that he doesn't do damage.
Yep, immobilized the Glorious Pathway as well. We do have the Death Realm just going to be popped, and that is going to be the Death Realm is going to be gone. Well, in the meantime, the Spear of Alpha coming from the side of Bray, hoping that he will be able to go home a little bit faster, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. CS is going to be holding his ground, and he's stepping away only for Hades to claw his way through, dealing a bunch of damage.
Man,
that's all great. But in the meantime, that is going to be Traction Pouch that's going to be connecting on Bray, locking him down onto his feet, and he's unable to do anything as they are completely tied up. I love how Pathway is just going to be connecting, but we got the Spear of Alpha as well, pushing Ken in a pretty bad spot. But for now, it's just going to be a complete pandemonium going on as we got Hades that manages to bring Bray down, all the way down to the bottom side. We've got Closer in the top spot as well. Roy finds himself over there, both of them with the crown, fool, while Hades is still going to be safe and sound and A-OK. CS goes in 1v1, only for him to somehow be taken down by a homing missile coming in from Vanix. That Summon Force is going to come in triumph over RSG.
Man, I love Team Flash. It is definitely going to be JPL once again.
Wow! That is
it's a lot easier for you to deal with. Hold on.
And there we go, the OG Shadow Kill coming in all the way through. We do have a shortcut that's going to be popped as well. Decent amount of damage on the JPL, but we do have got the Nether Realm that dealt quite a bit. But I see it seems as though Roy escaped out of that fight with a flicker as such, interrupting his own swan song. Flash manages to pick up 3 kills using their own JPL as a sacrifice. The OG Shadow Kill goes in, but not quite enough for them to be able to execute. JPL just going to be rushing himself right into the side of CS. The shotgun is unfortunately used in a very suboptimal location. As such, Hades will be able to get a kill down on the J. We do have Closer just going to be jumping his way all the way to the back lines, and of course when it comes to the Swan Song, dealt a reasonable amount of damage. They entered the portal. At least that is for Kurtisi. He wants to walk himself all the way back home, but with the Nether Realm, he's got his second chance at life. They're continuing on with this fight, but there is still Bray right around the vicinity. As such, Kurt flickers himself away. He's gonna be safe and sound for now, but now the Lord is about 30% HP. They goes on for a reset because they can't hold on to this with the amount of HP they have.
Yeah, earlier just now we were talking about 7k gold lead. Now it's dwindling down to maybe he can do something right here.
Oh, and the Retribution coming from Sara Ray will bring down the Lord and the Swan Song. But unfortunately, that is Ken that managed to find himself the split, and that will completely remove the Swan Song. That is one of the crowd control we completely forgotten about. As such, the AOG from Closer gets himself away. And
Against Hades tried to do it. Gatakacha may be able to do something against that. A minute right there. Hades has to run away now.
oh no, he got taunted in with the Blade Surge, and he's gonna be A-okay.
But then again, if you notice how Team Flash literally lost.
Wait, the creep waves at the top lane is still going. So I think that Hades might want to go in for a second try.
No.
Oh no!
He doesn't have the HP. And now
doesn't have
because
it.
of that, RG's Team Flash
Wait! They don't have the creeps. They don't have the creeps. Fended out as well. Ken does not have a lot of HP to work with. As such, Roy with the bouncing musical notes bring him down. The Nether Realm is also going to be popped. As such, Kurtisi no longer have got that to work with them. The Swan Song are currently unavailable. CS still have got a couple of Rhapsody or Death Sonata to work with. However, Hades, the sly assassin, goes up for most of these instances.
Maybe this time.
Now, okay, now I can see it. But everyone's just going to be huddled up together. They're all hugging and cuddling. As such, Hades as well as Ken, they don't have a lot of HP to work with. But fortunately, they did manage to bring down Bray as well as CS. The rest of Flash is just going to be running right in. Jay still have a lot of HP left, and also with the immortality. Closer just going to be whamming down onto the ground, trying to clear out the waves as soon as possible. But there's still a wave there's still a wave coming in. Immortality is currently going to be popped. Closer is still in the game. However, still go down at this point in time. Flash, they got a free entry and a free ticket right over to the core and demolish that crystal.
That is actually a very interesting turn of events.
Whenever he sees that portal, then it was going to be good. In the meantime, Hades gets himself the turtle almost immediately, and just going to go straight in for all of that. The S1 triple combo, as well as the AOG multiple times. It did not happen. As such, I don't know about that. But now we do have Roy that's stuck in the wall. Flickers himself out of danger. We've got a backwards hit coming in from Hades, but the Junama actually ends the life of Jay. Hades is gonna be fine. Bray was not able to touch a hair of Hades. 1.5k gold lead, and here we go. The entire family is here. As now Closer is just going to be completely wrecked up. DL, I think his communication is the most important.
He got assassinated right there, but it's okay. Now Vanix. Zaman Force still available. Maybe he can make a play out of his life here.
Oh, as he pops out the Zaman Force. Not quite enough to defend, not quite enough to heal himself. Never mind, Ken joins into the fray. And in the meantime, it is going to be the RWM just going to be popped. Not quite enough to get a kill down on the CS. Kurtisi all alone now have to face Bray playing around the chip.
Vanix.
But right now, Vanix drops down the Zaman Force, but taking a little bit too much damage. At least he do have the Purify and got himself one shot after the next one onto Bray. While in the meantime, Bray had a solo fight against CS. That is 2 of the main damage dealers coming from the side of RNG that's already going to be taken down and Closer. Despite how tanky it is, he will still go down to the claws, the ripping claws of Hades. Man, he wants to do something about this, but it doesn't seem like he's going to do too much as Kurtisi is even put up the RWM just so that they will be able to isolate that Tigreal. As such, Roy. Oh, wait, that is more or less a one-hit kill coming in from the side of Hades.
Man, I really have to give Team Flash that kudos. He's going to go on.
Oh, the shotgun is back. The Rasengan brings down Sasuke. And see back Jay was completely out of position and now went in for the implosion. Unfortunately, did not catch anyone at all.
Oh my god.
Well, Flash takes entrance of the lock pit. There's
JPL.
nothing that he could do.
Cutting Jay right there.
With the Diamond Force now being popped right out as RWM that locks everyone else inside. Roy with the Crimson Beacon back home. And Bray trying to clear out every single one of these waves only to be clawed to death by the 9-tailed fox. Oh wait, he don't
He
have
doesn't
Shupo,
have Shupo,
sorry.
it's level 1?
Level 1, yeah. So he have to use his Flicker.
Yeah, no choice, but this flicker should be available. But look at the damage coming up from Hades.
Oh, Roy! Instead of found someone, and now we do have the Fist Break just going to be connected. Closer just walks himself away, while Jay got the way of the Dragon down to the JPL, flickers himself right back, while Vanix drops down the Diamond Force, dealt a reasonable amount of damage over to Roy, and of course the Fist Break from JPL locks down onto Roy and allows Vanix to pick up yet another kill. The Synchro Fusion connects down on the Closer, forces him to run in formation, but he needs a way to get out, or he needs a way to counterattack.
Man, JPL does have the Twist Crack ready to go, but hold on a second.
Do have a grab down on the Closer. Even when it comes down to Diamond Force, it's just working very good for Vanix. But this two-man team is just not being able to get a kill down the Closer, but could immobilize almost just one more hit, and there we go.
Yes, yes. Ready to stay, Jay!
Jay! Great Way of the Dragon just will be able to single out to JPL. Vanix drops down to Diamond Force, but he's taking a little bit too much damage. But the Tempest of Blaze allows for Bray to deal quite a bit to the front lines. But unfortunately, KTZ will still bring him down. CS though gets a kill on the Hades. In fact, that's a double. Closer wants to get himself right out of the dodge, but we do have that grab that latches on the Closer. That is a 3-for-3 trade at this point. As the Ogi Shadow Kill connect down to Jay. He haven't found a way of the Dragons just yet, but a grab will be more than enough to kind of latch on and of course giving KTZ that kill. The fight is now going to be split up into two. CS currently in a pretty bad spot at this point, and it does seem like he wants to teleport himself back home, knowing that this fight is more or less over. They want to ensure that Bray and as well as CS, the main damage dealers, still survive, just so that they can hold out in the base. Even if losing out this Lord is gonna be fine.
Man, the fact that, you know, Team Flash, they pick the battles, they pick the team fights right here Closer, no way for him to run. That's definitely going to be dead. Another Sky, here's the stack for the side of KTZ. The Lord secured by the side of Flash. As you
well, most of the members coming for the side of RSG is going to be a little bit difficulty to work at this point in time. Bray is looking for the opportunity and indeed, but he got caught by JPL! As such, it's probably going to be the game over as now Closer is just going to be putting himself right in the face of Team Flash. Almost being able to bring down KTZ, but it's all 5 men from the side of Team Flash. They want to push down RSG. The Synchro Fusion lands right on top of on the side of Jay, and now with the core, the crystal down to 10.
Give your warmest, your biggest and loudest round of applause, right? Ready, guys? On 3, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Team Flash, Team Flash. Maybe Team Flash, you want to pose for a picture for everyone here, the audience here. All right, you guys want to get a picture? You can get it now.